We're here. We're doing it. Hello. I hope you can hear me pretty good. So, welcome to the next installment of How to Play Interstitial. It's been a real long time. And, I have no excuse. As simultaneously every excuse, but it's fine. But I came prepared today. And we're gonna do it. So, today on How to Play Interstitial, if you've watched the first video on how to actually play the game, I discussed on making other videos on other aspects of it, such as how to be a GM and how to create your character. And so today I am doing a guide to assist you in creating your character, but not necessarily telling you what to do, but some things to consider and maybe help you in the creative process. I hope. We'll see. So, we can just jump right into it, I guess. We're going to start with step 1. Choose a character. There's a few different directions you can go with this. In the Kingdom Hearts, Square Enix, Disney, you have free reign in any of those departments. You could play an existing Kingdom Hearts character. You can play your own original character that you've come up with. You can play somebody from the Square Enix games. You could also play anything that Disney has dipped its pinky finger into. Choice is yours. Or if you're homebrewing it, then if you're homebrewing it, you can talk to your GM and see if another intellectual property is okay for what you're doing. In our game of Hearts Against Balance, we had a character use the Prophecy advanced move, and they opened up to all intellectual properties to, in the sense that they had discovered more planets versus only Disney property planets, if that makes any sense. So the choice is yours. And you could do things like I do, like just make up a list in your phone or wherever you want to make this list of characters that seem fun. Just whatever makes you feel good. Doesn't matter if you can actually play them or not, or if you have any acting skill or improvisational skills, or if there's a trope that you're used to. Doesn't matter. Just make a list. Check it twice. They could be naughty or they could be nice. Doesn't matter. Do what you want. I have a very long list, and it's been in there for over a year, but I still look through them when it comes time. So, do your thing. So now we've picked some sort of character, whether it's your own, somebody else's, something copyrighted, I don't know. You've picked it. You picked them. You've figured out their pronouns, whether it was clear or not. And now we got to find the right playbook. There is a huge variety of playbooks. I just have this one up right now. Oh, there she blows. I have 2 of them up right now. There's so many playbooks out there. I'm just going to have this one pulled up because you're going to have to get the game and skim through them all and see which ones fit your character the best. You'll notice that there is descriptions with each of the playbooks. So, oh, you can't even see. So, you can see that each one comes with a description and beautiful art by Shannon Manor of how the playbook would probably work best. It even comes with recommendations for who would be best fit in an already existing intellectual property for that playbook. A lot of these align along with tropes or common motifs of character structures, I don't know the word, through different games and shows and movies and books, to assist you in your time of character creating needs. It even kind of asks you a few questions to help you put your character together. So please feel free, if you're especially struggling with what direction you want to go into, look at those questions and take your time looking through it, you know what I mean? Unless your GM tells you that, hey, we're doing a one-off now, surprise, put your playbook together, then just do your best. You've got your character, you got their name, their pronouns, you've kind of figured out the direction you want to go in. You can choose their backstory. Now, it really depends if it's a one-off or what the situation may be, but you can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. It's a free game. Well, the game is not always free, but you know what I mean. Figure out why, how did they get to this point? You can hash this out with your GM. You can hash this out with other players if the backstories intertwine in some way, or to verify if something makes sense canonically in your campaign. But again, do whatever the hell you want. So you've let me review some of the steps we've gone through so far. You chose your character. You chose your playbook. You've chosen the tone / backstory of your character. How did they get to this point? Step 4, talk to your GM. Talk to them. You've talked to them a few times already. This could all happen in one conversation, but figure out what you'd like to happen in the future for your character. What's happening? What would you like to happen with your character? And all of those details don't need to be decided immediately. You have time. Do what you want. You can figure it out as time goes on. It can change as time goes on. Or you can have it figured out all in one moment. You do whatever you want. Step 5. If possible, collab with the squad for storytelling. And at the beginning of every game your characters meet, you can have it to where your characters have already met each other, known each other from the past, if they're from the same intellectual property or same world or whatever it may be. Collab with them and make a stronger sense of storytelling. Or you could just do what the spirit tells you to do. Step 6, choose the voice. Now, from playing D&D, and I know a lot of people have played D&D, is probably the gateway drug of many tabletop RPGs for many people. Not all, but many. A lot of people say your first character will be a lot like you. It'll be just you in a fantasy manner. Maybe it doesn't look like you, maybe doesn't have the same backstory as you do, but you'll probably play the character as you are now. Like what decisions you would actually make. And that's totally fine. Get used to it, get comfortable with the game, get comfortable with role-playing if you haven't done it before. But if you're a little more of a seasoned player, push your boundaries. Do it. Do whatever makes you happy. And you know what? The cool thing is you don't have to be good at it. You can just do it because it gives you joy. I'm very bad about playing comedic relief, funny characters who are very loud and obnoxious. And I like to try to push my voice as much as possible. I've had small babies. I've played Billy from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I just like being funny. That's it. That's all there is to it. But I've also played Shigo to be sassy villain type. I've played a main character type. I've played the good guy, the lawful good guy. You just do whatever you want. You can practice. I'm learning how to do a Beetlejuice voice right now, so I will periodically sing at the top of my lungs in the car in a Beetlejuice voice to get prepared for it. You can do stuff like that, but also you could just do whatever you want. I'm going to say that a billion times, but I will tell you a billion times more. Step 7. If the character is not like you, like directly, or has a similar mental thought pattern that you do, I would strongly consider trying to immerse yourself in who that character is. Whether you, if it's already existing, watch a lot of the content that they're in. So like you're playing Naruto, for example, watch a bunch of Naruto, or just like best of Naruto clips, you know? Just do a little bit of research and get the vibe, the tone, the cadence of the voice. and you can really get a hold of how that character would react versus how you would react. I've played a lot of best of Billy and Mandy videos to play Billy, and it paid off. You could even write down their catchphrases or like popular lines they have and have it on the side, so when the moment is right, you can just pop out that line. It feels so good when it lands. Promise you that. Step 8. Everything is definitely allowed to be subject to change. Again, I've said that before. Sometimes characters die. Sometimes something happens to your character, or you decide something needs to change, or something dramatic happens. Everything is allowed to be subject to change. You do whatever you want. Step 9. Step 9 is not required. Step 9 is for fun. Buy dice that go with your character. That's all I got. Buy dice that match your character's colors. It just feels good, but you don't have to. I play Alice, so I have blue dice for Alice to match her dress. That's about it. So in regards to picking your character, we have covered everything in regards to acting out the character and being the character. But setting up your character's playbook is a different story. So you've chosen your playbook. Step 1, name, pronouns. You're going to pick one link with a character walking into the game. It's going to be locked. This is also written inside of the handbook in the beginning, in the rule book, correction. So you will pick a locked link that makes the best sense to start off the game. So, for example, playing as Alice, I had the Mad Hatter as my locked link, and it just made sense. I mean, Alice and the Mad Hatter, they're like this. So, whatever, it could be an enemy, it could be, you would pretty much decide how that link is so strong and why it's a locked link and why it's wherever it is, based on your character. So, going off the chosen playbook that I have in front of me now, if you're playing as Sora, you're probably going to have Kairi as a locked link. Or Riku. Something like that. You pick your moves, which is pretty straightforward. What moves work best for you? You can think of this from a strategy point of view. If you're playing a one-off versus a campaign, your choices in moves might be different. Because some of these require long-term situations, like nothing on here really strikes me for a campaign versus a one-off, but I've seen some playbooks where that applies. So just give it a good think, talk to your GM about it, see what's going on. Or I'm pretty sure if you asked very, very nicely, you could swap out the move for, special circumstances if you find it's just a move that you're not going to be using. It's pretty flexible. So you're set, you got your playbook, you've got everything, you've got your notebook, your character is made. Here's some other options to think about when moving into playing your campaign or one-off. So this is my playbook. We have been playing for over a year. I've been playing for over a year. I think I joined in officially at the beginning of 2020. Or 2019, or the end of 2019, correction. This is my playbook. I've used it for a season and the beginning of season 3. I got a lot going on here. Lewis was so kind to make us Excel spreadsheets because everything's in one place. We can't lose it. It's all in the cloud, and it's color-coded. I can store a lot more information in here versus on the ones from the actual rule book. Now, you do whatever you want. I actually want to have a version of it in the official rule book just because I think it looks pretty and it looks cool, but it doesn't entirely make sense for a long-term situation. So you can see here that we have all of my links. With the familiar playbook that I have specifically, Cheshire Cat gets links separately from me. but I can still use them as if they were my own. So that's why these are in this purpley color, because they're Cheshires. Oh, I should have done the other ones too. From my link move. Excuse me. But yeah, you can do something like this with your party or for yourself. Have everything nice and organized. If you see over here, we've changed the rules. We homebrewed our harm clock up, so you normally only get 4 harm in your harm clock to use, but every other level we add a harm box to our harm clock, just because we're fighting harder and harder enemies over the years as we level up. So something to discuss with your GM if you would like to have that rule as well in your book. But that's about it. Oh yeah, that's right. And even the other playbooks don't have a inventory sheet on there for items. And I don't think they have anything for money either. Yeah, we've added a lot. We've added a lot to our playbooks. But if you are interested, let me backtrack. Because if you donate money to Riley Hopkins of some sort of numerical value, Riley Hopkins released a link chart for Interstitial that you would probably really, really like. And they have them in Photoshop form as well as PNG form, and you could literally do whatever you want. So here is another option to go to. You can have a link chart, and so you can have everything with your little link type and the smaller bubble and the character in the bigger bubble. This is definitely a very fun way to go about things, especially if you're the crafty type like I am. Here is a expanded link chart you can use to add to your playbook. So if you still wanted to continue to use the original game's playbook, here is an extended chart sheet for your links to use that you can print out or laminate and write over. Here's the expanded link chart. So if you've been playing a long campaign, you can have yourself in the center with your immediate party and your outlying links as such. And then this is just one side of it right there, but you get the gist. I don't think I'm missing anything, but they do come in Photoshop forms for you to use if you so choose. But again, do whatever you want. I hope that explains everything. I hope I was helpful in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you felt that I did a pretty good job of explaining character creation and using the playbooks, give me a like. That would be amazing. And if you're interested in learning more, hit the subscribe button, and I promise I will do my very best to get the next interstitial video out much sooner than I did now. Yay. I want to say thank you to, 1, my friends for getting me into Interstitial. Thank you so much. 2, thank you Riley Hopkins and the Got It Memorized crew for making this game. And 3, thank you to you for watching this video. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I don't have a catchphrase when saying goodbye, so bye!